cafe anyway. Yeah.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We're at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. It's good to be back. It's been a couple of days. I haven't actually done Mike's Daily Podcast in a daily sort of fashion, but here we are, 2652. I mean, hey, it's Mike. How are you? You know what? We're doing a podcast now, and I know you've had a great weekend. How did this week go by so fast? I mean, hope you had a great week. I was
Mike's Daily Podcast
busy, and actually I just got slashed to bits, to ribbons by my cat, Rocky.
Mike's
He's in the podcast picture
Daily
today,
Podcast,
which you've seen already.
Yeah!
If you've gone to MikesDailyPodcast.com, he's sitting on my lap at the moment, but something frightened him just a moment ago. And he immediately, the claws come out, and he grabs for the biggest thing closest to him. And that's my stomach. I think I need to lose weight. And he grabbed for that large object and dug his claws into my gut. Thank you for that weight loss tip, Rocky. Wow. So, but now he's on my lap, enjoying himself. Wow, what a week. I guess last we were speaking all about Taylor Swift. And now is she going to Canada now, or something to do with Canada? But she's off to she's conquering the next country, the one just north. And then it'll move from there. Maybe she'll conquer Alaska while she's up there. Finish the job with California. But if you are listening to this on the 5th, believe it or not, it is National Sunflower Day. What is summer without beautiful sunflowers? So wonderful. Ow, my stomach hurts with the big gash. Is it get gashed by your cat day? It's also National...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Work Like a Dog Day. Oh, that was this week, that's for sure. National Play Outside Day. Excellent idea. And Sandcastle Day. I used to do a lot of sandcastles. Now, the problem with that is when you're a kid and you're doing sandcastles, you get your back all sunburned. So I hope I haven't done irreparable damage there that I'm going to have to pay for later, as many in California have that issue, unfortunately, with dealing with skin cancer and other terrible things later in life. The late, great Basil the Boxer. You know, working like a dog was a typical day for him, as we would go on a walk and he'd make me work like a dog. And it's National Underwear Day. Why? You know, South Park had those underwear gnomes, and the underwear gnomes would say, this is how they make money. Steal underwear. Number 2. Number 3, profit. And you never knew what number 2 was. Number 1, get the underpants. And number 2, they didn't say. But then number 3, profit. So there, it's that easy to get profit. And it's National Oyster Day. Oh, it's National Mustard Day too. Wow, a lot of stuff going on Saturday the 5th. And if you're listening to this a little bit earlier, which I commend you because you just listened to it as soon as I posted it, it's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. And I could go for one of those. And National Water Balloon Day. And this is something huge. International Beer Day. Wow. I actually had a beer this week. I don't drink beer as often as I did once upon a time. I've gotten away from that, and that's probably a good thing. When I have it, it's for a big occasion. I have a rule of not drinking by myself.
The Fascinating Material Project. FM Project.
You know, maybe, I know that person across the room, so I'm not really drinking by myself. But it's good to watch the alcohol intake as much as you can. But yes, the podcast picture is of Basil. Not of Basil, that was a recent one. That was, a few episodes back. No, it's Rocky the cat, who has just jumped off my lap, and I think the pain has stopped around my gut area. So see that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. That wonderful cute cat who gashed me. All right, so we have all kinds of interesting things going on in the world. Let's see. What? King Charles III, used to be Prince Charles, he has gotten a 25% bumper pay rise from 23 million pounds. He got 23 million pounds after a shakeup of the British royal family's finances. They shook up 23 million pounds for him. How nice. The royal family has officially received funding from the British government since 1760. Do you think that's why some people are like, get them out? What's this about? I mean, as much as we hate... Oh, I guess we do pay the president something, huh?
Whoa! Mike's Matthewsman Park.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
Ginormous.
Saudi Arabian soccer club, I think it's Al Hilal, offered a world record $331.9 million, basically $332 million for the rights to the Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe, a further signal of the kingdom's efforts to shake up the sport's global order. They offered him a one-year contract worth up to 700 million euros. Magnification. Okay. Lots of money exchanging hands. Why aren't we getting any of it? Can we get a little, please?
Machi.
Just interestingly enough. Also, more than 48 million Americans help take care of parents, spouses, grandparents, and other adult loved ones so they can live independently as long as possible. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth.
Anyway,
a recent AARP report found that caregivers in California provide a certain amount of unpaid care each year. Do you know how much they provide? How much care, if you were to put it in dollars, in a dollar amount? $81 billion. $81 billion in unpaid care every year. They help with medical care, meals, bathing, dressing, finances, groceries, transportation, and more. Many caregivers also pay for expenses out of their own pocket and reduce their work hours or leave their jobs to take care of loved ones. We all know somebody who has done that, or maybe it's us that has to do it.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
And it also found in this AARP survey, 70% of voters would be more likely to support a candidate who backs proposals to support family caregivers. So they are California's Associate Director of Advocacy and Community Engagement, named Nina Weiler-Harwell, California Associate Director of Advocacy and Community Engagement, trying to get stuff done by the state lawmakers to support family caregivers and provide them with the resources they need. Nina is spearheading that. So I got an email from Nina Weiler-Harwell's group. So just found that those statistics are interesting, and it is an interesting topic. And it does seem like something that we would need to put money towards. Did you hear about the AI chatbot?
Mike's out of left field recordings.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
Magnification.
And it says here, over 300 people attended an experimental chat GBT powered church service at St. Paul's Church in the Bavarian town of Fürth, Germany. I might have been there. The 40-minute sermon included texts generated by OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot and was delivered by avatars on a television screen above the altar. The artificial intelligence chatbot asked the believers to rise from their pews and praise the Lord. The ChatGPT chatbot personified by an avatar of a bearded black man on a huge screen above the altar then began preaching to those who had shown up for an experimental Lutheran church service entirely generated by AI. It says here the chatbot personified as a bearded man with a fixed expression and monotone voice. Oh, that sounds exciting. That's the problem with ChatGPT and all this AI stuff regarding actual faces and people and DJs. I'm in that profession in the radio world. I was a DJ for many, many years. And there are radio stations now that are actually putting DJs, AI DJs on the air. Well, eventually that's going to start to sound artificial because it is. You can't shake it. It's an uncanny valley. It's been something Hollywood's been fighting with for years in making these AI type, CGI is what I wanted to say, type productions.
Magnification.
There's just that dead look in the eyes. There is that movie that thankfully did horrible in the theaters. That was something this week that I meant to talk about on my podcast. So I have not gone and seen The Flash. I did see the honest trailers about it. And like just about everything I see on honest trailers makes me not want to see that movie. Sometimes it does. It makes me want to see the movie, but it really shot down The Flash. And not to mention the guy, what's his name? Ezra Miller, is it? That's just completely, I don't know what's going on with that guy. He really needs to just retire from show business and being a celebrity and just go off to some house somewhere in the woods and disappear. But he is just him alone is annoying in that movie. But then you've got all this CGI that they used to bring back Christopher Reeves, who's long been gone, as a Superman, because they're trying to show you like all these multi-dimensional universe things. Every movie's doing that now. Every superhero movie, you've got the Marvel universe and all that multiverse stuff and everything everywhere all at once, and all the other things just going, wow, look, you could be this. Loki, you could be that. Loki, you could do this. And they did that basically with the Flash, and then he sees all these Supermen that, like, Nicolas Cage is represented as a Superman. He had one time about 20, 30 years ago wanted to be Superman.
A fine article.
You silly, great, fat article.
When they bring back someone's face, or try and make, what was it? Princess Leia in Rogue One. Like a young Princess Leia and CGI'd her. That was weird. And Peter Cushing, all CGI'd in that movie, was weird. And that was a couple of years ago, and it just has not gotten any better. So this apparently was not the best preacher to exist. It was led by computer-generated avatars of 2 men and 2 women focused on topics of leaving the past behind, overcoming fear of death, and never losing faith. This pulled from MyChristianDaily.com. Very interesting. Well, outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Look who's here. Oh my God, here's a Chely Shoehart, the chef supervisor. I got some snow globes made of actual snow and are completely artificial intelligence driven. What's that mean? They're AI. Okay. They're AI. Artificial intelligence driven. Interesting. I've never heard of an artificial intelligence driven snow globe. Yeah, it's the best thing ever, Mike Matthews. AI. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, AI is an absolutely interesting, Mike Matthews. All right, I'll take one. Thank you. Just one and only one. And I'm going to name it Wilson. Look who else is here. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer, Mike. That's fascinating. All this artificial intelligence stuff. Are you okay?
You will travel into the incredible universe.
Excellent. What a way to end the show. The John Deere, the engineer, just running out of gas, because that's about what I am right now. Hey, you know what? You know what really makes Mike run out of gas? when he's being micromanaged. I know micromanage has Mike in the name, but still, it's not a fun thing, is it? Don't you think?
Woo!
The thing is, I work for great people. I work for people I really like, but lately, with this economy and just the way things are in my business, in my field of expertise, people are starting to act a little crazy, and it's difficult to navigate a week when you got to deal with that every day. So that's why it's nice to stop here and do the podcast. It's partly why I didn't do a Mike's Daily Podcast all week, is I got interrupted by that sort of horse hooey. So thank you for being patient with me. And apparently, in my absence, the podcast got a lot of downloads and listens, because I saw I almost got to $1 on Anchor.fm, because they pay you for the amount of downloads you get. So that's interesting. I don't do a podcast and I get more downloads than I do when I do a podcast. So I don't know. It's confusing. I just wish the micromanaging would go away, and that the cat would not claw my gut, and that AI doesn't get too out of control and people don't rely too much on AI, because at this point, it's not absolute perfection. If people go, oh my gosh, look at this, it does this, it does this. No, stop. It's just drawing on what's out there now. It can't do anything. It's not going to jump light years ahead of where it is now. It's not. It's just using the information that we already have on the internet. If you've not heard that, it's true. Look it up. All the cyber experts, tech experts will tell you that. Is it something that could develop into something bigger later on? Yes, but then anything can happen later on. I could become a magical dancing gnome that throws pumpkins that explode. And suddenly I think I've turned into the Goblin in Spider-Man. I don't know what I'm saying. Was it the Gremlin, the Goblin? Something like that. At any rate, what do you think about all this? You can call me at 510-228-4640. And with more ways to reach me, it's Ariel.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com.
Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!